A woman heard footsteps every night, and it was coming from inside the walls. At first, she thought it was nothing serious, just an old house making noise, pipes shifting, wood settling, normal sounds you expect when you live in an older building. But the sound was different. It wasn't random. It was footsteps. Slow, heavy, deliberate. And they always started at the same time every night, around midnight. At first, it was barely noticeable, just faint movement inside the walls. But over time, it became clearer, stronger, closer. It sounded like someone was walking inside her house, but not on the floor, inside the structure itself, inside the walls. And every night, it followed the same pattern. Left wall, hallway, bedroom. Like something was moving through the house, room by room, learning it. She tried to ignore it, but it became impossible because it wasn't just movement anymore. It was predictable, like a routine, like something was living there. And the worst part, it always stopped at her bedroom door. Every single night, just outside her room, standing still, waiting. After weeks of this, she finally told people. Friends thought she was overreacting. Maybe she was imagining things, stress, sleep deprivation, anything but what she was describing. But she knew what she heard. So she called someone to check the house. An inspector came. They checked everything. Walls, attic, basement, vents, every possible space where sound could travel or animals could hide. But they found nothing. No rats, no birds, no structural issue, nothing that could explain it. Just an old house. Before leaving, the inspector mentioned something strange, though. He said that in some older homes, there can be hidden maintenance spaces, areas between walls that are never really sealed properly, places people forget about.
He didn't explain further. That night, he stayed a bit longer to listen. And that's when he heard it too. The footsteps. But this time, they were louder, closer. Not moving through the house like before, but circling. Like whatever it was had noticed them. And then it stopped again, right outside the bedroom door. Both of them froze. No one moved. And for a moment, everything was silent. Then came a sound from the wall itself. A soft shift, like something pressing against wood from the inside. They followed the sound immediately. It led them to a closet wall in the hallway. The inspector knocked on it once, and the sound came back. Empty space behind it. Too hollow.
They found an opening, a gap between the structure. Not big at first glance, but enough to lead into something deeper. Something that wasn't supposed to be there. This is where real cases become terrifying. Because in rare situations, people have actually been found living inside hidden spaces of homes, in crawl spaces, inside walls, places no one checks for years. Sometimes it's homeless people hiding. Sometimes it's intruders. Sometimes no one ever gets a clear answer. They opened the wall further, and what they found inside was nothing, at least at first. No person, no animal, no movement. Just dust, old insulation, empty space. But then they noticed something. Footprints. Fresh ones.
Moving through the dust, outward, away from the opening, like something had been there recently and had left just moments before they arrived. The inspector didn't say anything for a long time. Neither did she, because the implication was worse than anything they could find. Whatever was inside the walls knew they were there and left because of them. She thought it was over after that night. She thought finding the space meant it was gone, but she was wrong, because that night, the footsteps came back. At first, faint again, like before, inside the walls, slowly returning to their routine. But something was different now. They weren't just in the walls anymore. They were closer, much closer, inside the room, right behind her.